Hello, um, welcome to webinar by PPM Express, and today we'll talk about the modern portfolio management. This webinar will be recorded, and recording will be sent tomorrow or early next week for your record, so you can watch it anytime or share with your partners. So today, many organizations use Microsoft Office, and organizations how they manage projects. This industry is transforming. People no longer interested in traditional project management system. They need some elements of it, but it's becoming the overkill and becoming too complex and time consuming to manage projects. Let's call it the old way. And when right now pretty much everything is that organization that we work on in the organization is a project, we need companies need a lightweight solution for project management. Microsoft introduced Microsoft Office 365 Planner several years ago, and it gained a huge popularity and very good traction among companies and users. Hundreds or maybe millions of organizations already use the planner for managing their projects. It's one of the most popular apps for Microsoft Teams, so it means that everyone is doing that. It can be a very small marketing project, it can be software development project, it can be HR initiative, it can be merchant acquisition. So different types of project management planner. Many activities that what we see when they mention Microsoft Office 365 Planner is those projects that really don't depend on estimation hours. It's nice sometimes to have it, but mostly we have some stack of work, we have some stack of tasks that needs to be done within this project, and with current world, everyone is multitasking, work on multiple projects, and they just need a good way to work and organize those tasks. And Planner provides a very easy way to do it. Same time, traditional project management systems are already some quite often not adequate for modern organization with new workforce and 5 generations being at the at organization. New generation, they saying that like I cannot have a PMP degree. I don't need it. I'm accidental PM. I manage projects from time to time. I need a lightweight solution. And when they face, for example, solution with like Microsoft Project, it's overkill. It's too complex, and employees they don't want to use it. As well as traditional project management system, it's not that visual information like you have usually Gantt chart view where you have all your tasks where you manage. So it's missing that visual component. When we look at Planner, it's addressing exactly the needs for most organizations that we need lightweight solution. It is a lightweight. It's web browsers, there's it's mobile applications. You can view. It's visual. It's very simple to use. I don't need any training. You can collaborate with your team members on plans. You can view the task in different in the calendar format or board format, what you can call the Kanban. You have email notification about the new tasks. It has very good integration with Office 365 groups, and it's also, we can say that it's free because it's part of Office 365. So if your organization is using Office 365, Planner is available, and you can ask your Office 365 admin to turn it on for all the users for just of the groups. But with that simplicity, there are some parts that the Planner is I wouldn't say that it's not great, but that it's not delivering. Planner is focusing on single plans, and as a result, it's missing the enterprise view. Imagine a situation where you have hundreds of plans, and you need to see, okay, what is the status of my projects? How many projects are running late? Do I have any issues with that? Do we have any risks in our projects? Do we have do you know what is the cost for projects, or what are some key dates and milestones for Planner? Can I see some visuals with a timeline or group some see the cross-project analytics or reporting on the data? That's where the planner is not addressing all the needs of organization. And by seeing that, we launch a product called PPM Express that delivers one. It's kind of like the main concept is that to address the business expectation. Business want to see all work being managed no matter where it's managed. They want one location where they can visually see all that work, all those projects, all those planned in one location, in one place, so they can see that information. And our solution, PPM Express, provides the connectivity to connectors that you see here. It's Planner, Azure DevOps, Project Online, uh, Dynamics, PSA, modern project servers that will be released later this year. So we have a way to get all that information together, to connect it into one location without the need for users to switch systems between to switch systems uh, to move from Planner to, for example, Project Online. No, you can use your system of your choice, your teams can use, but you can see all the work in one application. PPM Express is a web application. It's very lightweight, very speedy. It provides a visibility into all the work by connecting to original systems, and it does require a specific like special training. It's very easy to start to use. It's very intuitive. Uh, it's all based on the Office 365, so you can sign up with the Office 365 account. We use Microsoft Power BI for reporting, so you can use it. And the result, since it's natively integrated with Office 365 ecosystem, it means that you use the same tools, you use same approach, you use the same account uh, to view all that information. It's highly integrated with Office 365, and it's very much protected. It's very much protected with all the standard features provided by system. So if you go to demo, I will show what the system does and how it works, and I'll show all the capabilities. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask in question sections. I will answer them. But in PPM Express, again, like it's a web application. I can sign out, and I can very easily sign in with my Office 365 account. So I just click there, system will get my account, and I'm in the system. What I see is we have two main sections. We have portfolios. Portfolio is a container, or it's a group of it's a container where you can assign some project to that portfolio. And portfolio, it's a dynamic entity. It means that for your portfolio can have one project or 50 projects or 100 projects, and you can portfolio do by business unit, by function, by fiscal year. It's really up to your organization how you would like to group your project. So consider it just a grouping element for your project. In addition, what you have in portfolio is that you see a status for portfolio, you see percent complete of work, you can have how many projects completed of that portfolio, how much work completed of that portfolio. And you see projects, how many are at risk, on track, or they have a critical. For example, if I go here to general administration, I have two projects at risk. I can click here and I immediately will see my two projects that are at risk. Those projects are mentioned planner, so I have icon here. So if I click here, I will be able to go. I will be able to go to inside. If I click on any of the project, I will get to the project details page where I can see information, my timeline, my statuses, overall status, risk, issues, resources, cost status, schedule status, key dates or milestones or release dates that you can have as part of your project, details which is also like missing the something like the attributes of your project or custom fields that you can create for your project to track additional information: progress stage, start finish, priority, project score. At any time I can go and create any of the custom field or display additional field. For example, okay, show me the last modified created date, or for example, I also would like to see the budget field here. I can see it here at immediate show. So you have that functionality that is not available in Planner by capturing additional attributes for your project and standardizing what types of information you track for every project. You have ability to see team information, who is working on my projects, details about how many tasks are in progress, completed, not started, late, and how many are planned for this week. I can see the schedule where I can see my information by buckets for Planner. So what's in progress, completed, not started, uh, and risk issues and financial. So risk component is a very standard component where you can track your risk for projects. Issues, just a place where you can record issues with your project. At budget we have a financial component, which is like web-based Excel spreadsheet where you can track your costs, you where you can budget and when you can track your costs manually in this control. What is nice about the system that by extending Microsoft Planner with all those attributes, uh, you provide a way to capture additional information for your executive team, for your PMO, and to establish a process how what type of information you need to make a decision and to track projects. At any time, I can click on link to Planner and I can go to Planner and I will be able to see my plan for this project that I linked to PPM Express, and I can see all that information. I can use all the standard features. I can see charts. I can see I can see the calendar view. I can like do all everything that is part of the Planner. What the PPM Express does, it connects to Planner, it extracts all the task information, details for the system, and it brings that information to PPM Express. We extract as much as possible, but we as well make all that information available for reporting in the system, and I will show how to access reports. So again, like when you see, like I said, okay, it's too many details here, we don't want to track any risk and issues or budgets for my project. Why should I see it here? I say we understand that you can say, okay, for example, you don't want to track that information, maybe you just want to track risks and details information for your project. Absolutely, you can create that and you can apply that settings that you just track what's needed. We have more components. We have more components coming. We call them sections, but everything is very configurable. So I can say, okay, I really don't want to see the schedule status, resource status, issues, and risk. I want just to have overall cost and let's say schedule. It's all those sections they're configurable, where you can add accounts, add the dates, very easy to update those statuses. So system is highly configurable, and as you can see, it's visual. It's just couple clicks of mouse. It's on. It's off. I don't need to go to settings. I don't need to go to have permissions or I. We made it very visual, very lightweight to use to support your project management style, your project management approach, and what level of details you would like to track for each project. If I want to update the status of project, I just click here. I have a box where I can provide description and say, okay, this project is no longer at risk, it's on track, and I can provide description, or I can say like everything is back to normal. Okay, so it's all here. It's updated, instantly updated, and if I go to my portfolio view, I immediately will see that there are only one project at risk right now, and 5 projects that are on track at this point. What I can do as well is if I go to my portfolio, I can always click here and see the portfolio details. For portfolio screen, where I see my general administration portfolio, I see again statuses for portfolio. I have overall status, schedule status, cost status. I have list of my projects that are part of this portfolio, and with all the key dates that are visible for my that I created. It can be milestones or key dates for each of the project, and I can see them visually here. I can see the stage and status for each of the project. But as well, I have again the same detail section where I can track that information. I have portfolio key dates where I can create portfolio level dates. Well, let's say that it can be a program or it can be some important release cycle that you have for group of your projects. And as well as the budget. So you can create a budget for portfolio, you can have budgets for projects, and then later you can, using reports, you can compare that information. Are you on track? What is the utilization of all that of all those features? In addition to just connecting to Planner, what we support is we have a feature where you can provision the Office 365 group, or you can connect to existing group for collaboration. So if you need to store some files and some assets for your project, you have a native functionality. It's fully integrated with Office 365 groups. Like all that I have to do, I just need to pick that group, and I will click link the group. And after initial synchronization, I'll be able to click on that link, and I will go to SharePoint site in that group where I can collaborate and store all my details and project assets. If you go back to portfolio view, you can view your portfolios in different ways. So here I can click and say that, okay, show all my portfolio in a grid view. I can switch between the statuses. For example, stats again, like I see projects, overall stats of my portfolio, and stats of project. Again, everything is clickable. Two projects that are critical. I click here, I get the list of the projects. So very lightweight, very interactive. And the third view that we have for portfolios is a view where I can see there are some artifacts where I can see list of my project, kind of like in the visual format. So I can go to just one project and see that information here. Same goes for list of projects. Right now, for example, I see just two projects that are in marketing and the critical. I can go here and say, okay, show me all the projects that I have in Microsoft Planner. I see them here. I can see that at the list. I can see the different views and apply the different filters here. For example, okay, show me the statuses. Immediately, I see all my projects. I see the progress. I see their stage. I see the overall status. If I want, for example, to create a new view, it's also very simple. I go to the new view. I say, okay, I would like to see the project. I would like to see cost status, for example. I would like to see, let's say, the progress. I would like to see overall status, and maybe I would like to see last modified date. I can give a name, my new view, save, and it's available. So again, like it's so easy and so visual to make it, and so easy to use it. And again, like you can create all those different enterprise view for your teams. You want to show by status, please. You want to show by some dates, absolutely, you can create that. Another option, for example, I can go to we ship with some several standard views, like show me all the active projects. Okay, I can see them. Show me all the projects that are critical. Immediately I can get that. So I don't need to search for anything information. I just go to view and select. I could just go to list view or tile view or timeline view where I can see alterations like show me critical, show me at risk, show me all the projects on track. And with one click, I can go to details, and I can go to planner, for example, to see the details of the plan. So all information in just within couple clicks, it's instantly available. A couple more features which is missing in planner is And we are working on separate module for ideation and for demand management, but there's a workaround that we have for ideation. For example, I have a list that's called project ideas, and I have my projects. I can have start date, finish date. I can start capturing information for my proposed projects, and I can start building the schedules. I can start building the, for example, budget, identifying the potential risks for the project. But at the same time, when, for example, I'm ready to move the project, that it's okay, it's no longer an idea, we want to go to the planning phase. What I can do here, I can click here in the system, and I can say it's a planner and create plan. I will type the name here for my plan, that if I want a project, I will create plan, and that will immediately create a plan in Microsoft Project. It will add you there, and it will link it to the PPM Express, so you can you will already have a schedule, the plan, the task, or the place where you can start building your and planning your activities and planning your project. So again, like, you don't need to switch between the system. System will do all that, and you still use planner for managing all the schedule. Your teams work there. They work on tasks. They they collaborate. They create new tasks. But all that information appears in PPM Express for reporting, for visualization, and for it's a tool for executives to see that big picture which is missing with Microsoft Planner. Now the last and big element that we have in the system is reporting. So for reporting, we have multiple options. So we use Microsoft Power BI, and we have two options. So you can use the embedded Power BI. It has some limitations, or you can use the external Power BI package, like for example, like here, that you can deploy to your Office to your Power BI and connect to PPM Express. So I'm using Power BI. Reports are embedded pretty much to every screen. So first of all, here I can go to home of the reports, or I can go to specific report. For example, I can click here, say that okay, I would like to see enterprise portfolio timeline. What the system will do, it will open the embedded Power BI and will render a report that will connect to PPM Express and will get you portfolio timeline for all the portfolios. So let's give it a couple seconds to spin up. Okay, looks like something is going on there. I can go here, just show the same. So for example, I can go to portfolio timeline and shows that report here, like very straightforward. At any time I can switch to all the different reports. For example, I can go show me, for example, the portfolio statuses. I will get the different report will show all my portfolio with all statuses and the projects within those portfolios with their stats as well. So for example, okay, we go again to our general administration, and we see our projects here with their statuses, with all the statuses, start dates, finish date, all the details. From there, you can always drill down to any of the project. For example, say, okay, show me the project details. I can see the cost, I can see issues, I can see timeline. But in this case, it's a planner project. I can view the details about my project. I can see all the tasks that are part of the project with statuses. Okay, I have some set of the tasks. I have tasks. Some of them are late not started. So system immediately shows all that information. For example, I can go switch. Okay, show me the task for 3 months. System, if there are any tasks, they will show. At any point of the time, I can clear filter. I can go to any other project. So it's all the standard navigation features that you have in Power BI, where you can switch between the projects, apply the different filters. For example, okay, let's go to training program planning. Again, I will say it's slightly more tasks here. I have some tasks, I have my timeline, I have some tasks that are late. It's visually showing on the timeline, and you can make some decisions. So, okay, this project is in progress. It's 50%. It's 50% complete, and it shows it on the timeline. You can show, okay, show me all the late tasks. System will filter out that for that specific project, and will show only late tasks that you have that are late in progress or late not start. Such features are missing in Planner. Such features like you need to search for them. You need to figure out how to get it. Here, it's just a couple clicks of mouse. It's all available in reporting. We have more than 50 reports. Again, as I mentioned, all the reports are organized in two groups. So for cross portfolio, single portfolio, cross project, single project, and resources, and some data governance report. Data governance is very cool features, and we are working on that in application as well. Data governance will address some of the questions that you might have. For example, I go here, how my teams are using systems, and if they provide enough information. For example, show me all the projects that have no tasks. There are no projects that have no tasks. Show me the projects that, for example, have no risks. I can see that information. There are some projects. There are two projects that have no risk. I can click here, and I will be able to see that, okay, there are a couple demo projects that have no risk, they have no statuses, they have no key dates, they have no description. So maybe it's a draft, maybe it's some type of the temporary projects they create. Maybe I don't need to pay attention, but same time, maybe I need to pay attention for projects that have no status description. There are projects that have description, but they have no statuses, no description for the status. So such reports, they provide ability for you to ensure and increase the quality of your data, ensure the integrity, of your system, the PPM Express and the planner, making sure that your teams use it in the right way, and the project managers provide adequate and enough information for executive and for PMO to make decisions. Okay. Regarding the report, again, like you have on top of the page, on every portfolio or project, you have availability for those reports. Again, if I go to single project, I can see the project level. I can see all the project level report again here on the timeline, where I can access a single project. And within project, I can see some of the reports. For example, for key dates, I can go to reports and see the project key dates report. So, or I can go here and see reports for the project stats. So we embedded reports pretty much to every section. So when you have a question, okay, can I get a status report for my project? It's 1, 2, 3 clicks. So very easy to get. Very easy to get all those details, and reporting is embedded everywhere. From security standpoint, as PPM Express provides a functionality for managing security, so you can control who has access to what, and I can edit permission for user. So user can be administrator, user can manage resources, manage budget. So I can disable it as well. And they have create, view, and edit permission. So by default, everyone has the permissions to view everything, but you can limit that. You can say no, users don't have, for example, they can view only the specific portfolio, or they can view everything, or same goes for edit. You can control what they can edit in terms of project, or edit or view functionality for project and for portfolio. So if you need to configure that, it's absolutely possible to limit amount of data is visible. But our approach, our recommendation, that at least everyone organization need to be able to, at least project management who will access it, like they need to be able to view all, and maybe for project managers that they need to be able to create project. But you can limit permissions the way that works for your organization. Couple more items on the projects that as you can see, as you've seen, if you go to project view and we go to one of the projects, as I explained here, Planner is just one of the connectors that we have. If you want to have a model or hybrid projects, in next couple of releases, we'll be releasing a feature where you can create one project BPM Express and connect it to Planner and to Project Online, onto Planner and Azure DevOps and Jira and Project Online. So you can have any combination of projects. And in this case, the project BPM Express becomes like a program, or it can show or render information from different system. Let's say that you have let's say you use Azure DevOps for managing development tasks and use the Planner for managing all the like product launch activities. Uh, that's overkill for your marketing team. Use for example Azure DevOps, so that they decide to use Planner. But the question is, how can I see all those activities and dates and key dates and milestones in one place and still have a track of the progress of system? You will be able to connect to Planner. You will be able to connect to Azure DevOps and see that as part of one screen. That's one of the features that many customers asking, and we are releasing it very quickly. For timelines and for key dates, or everywhere we have a date, we are right now shows that, for example, let's say that I have this milestone. It was due in mid-April. It's not completed, so system will automatically highlight the icon for it. It will turn it to red, saying that please see, there is something wrong. It's red, it's late. You need to pay attention to, or maybe ask question why those milestones or releases are late, why they're not delivered, or why they're not done on time. So we're trying to highlight all that information. And in future releases, we'll have more notifications and warnings about some data inconsistencies, or like say, okay, you're saying that on schedule your overall status is green, is on track, but risk is critical, schedule is at risk, you have late milestones. Why it's green? It shouldn't be green. It should be probably at risk or critical, but please pay attention. So we'll have more and more such notifications to simplify the use for the life of project managers, or maybe makes it harder, but to increase the quality of information that is available for executive and for PMO to make project decisions. And it's coming like during the summer. It will be released. It's already in development. Okay, back to my presentation is very quickly. So what's on the roadmap for PPM Express is that data quality warnings. That's exactly what I mentioned. We'll have a new updated timeline where we're redesigning the entire timeline section to make it even more visual. We support that one-to-many projects where you can connect, as I explained, let's say Azure DevOps and Planner together. We'll be releasing the native application for Teams, where you can embed a project page into the Teams and see that information. So imagine that you have a channel where you can add a page with Planner, and you add a page with PPM Express project details. Immediately you have one team application where you see all the metadata, all the project management details, enterprise details for your portfolio, for your project. And on the next step, you have your planner schedule where you can create new tasks, you can work, you can complete some tasks. So all integrated. We're working on a special module for demand management where you will be able to capture ideas for your projects to get from employees, and then prioritize those and select one. And as a result, you can by clicking the functionality that I displayed, you can create plans in Microsoft Planner immediately without any need for switching between the systems. And definitely we are working on adding more connectors. Smartsheet is coming, Asana is coming, so we'll have more connectors to a system, so you will be able to connect to a system, as well as we are investing into some administrative features. Okay. There were some question about like using cross project resource utilization. how to assign that. Yes, we have that. Let me very quickly go to Power BI. So if I go to resources, and you can see that information. You can see the resource utilization, resource governance. So if I go to resource utilization summary, and I can go to the details, so there are several charts, several reports available. What I can see here is that I can see my resource pool, and I can see how many assignments, how many tasks I have over time. And that's kind of like I see that on the weekly basis, or I can see on the daily basis, or I can see it on the monthly basis. So that's first way, kind of like to see when someone has task or has no task. I know that it is aggregate, but it's simply saying that okay, in July, Beth has 5 tasks and 3 tasks in August. Maybe it's not enough. You have totals here, so this way you can kind of like you can see that by portfolio, you can see that by specific project or cross project. So you have that ability to see the high level picture here, and switch the time frames and see all those details. You can go for selected resource. For example, I can limit that just for let's say 4 or 5 resources, and we'll be able to narrow it down. So you have that functionality to plan uh, to plan resources and to see them in the reports. We're working on functionality where you will be able to do that from PPM Express in the same style. You will be able to see how many tasks you have. Since Planner, Azure those, they really don't have any hours information, and like it looks like it's a big trend coming up that we have tasks, but still we need to plan at least some workload for our team, and that's a great way to see that. And next report that you will be able to use is that you can see it's a summary, but you can see the details. What details means that you will be able to see the same information, but by projects and by tasks. So you can see, okay, I have a user, he's working on this project. That's a task, and uh, how many tasks I have over time for these people. So you can go from the high level resource summary to very low detail to project and resource. But it's one of the areas where we'll be releasing some by end of the year more in-app work insights, where you can see all that similar reports but within just application, so you don't have to go to reporting to see that. At the moment you have it in reports. Later you will be able to see it in the application. Okay. And last but not least, it's a pricing. So the application is a cloud-based, so you can sign up. We have an addition, and we made it that if you are up to 5 people, you can use it forever. It's free. There are no limitations at this point. At this point, so it's subject to change. Maybe we'll change our mind in future, but right now it's available. We have 2 editions of paid subscription: professional, where you have everything except the PPM system. So for example, if you want to connect to project online, you need enterprise license. Professional license, where you can connect to Azure DevOps, Jira, Planner. You will be able to connect to SNR and Smart Sheets. That is part of the professional license. It's $25 for use per month. Again, like, please understand that you need license just for executives, PMO and PMs, and maybe to some of the project sponsor or key stakeholders. You don't need a license for every organization. You don't need license for your every team member. So okay, we are talking about 15, 20, 30 people, depending of size organization, but it's not your entire, let's say, 1,000 people organization, and you need license for everyone. No. And the price goes down with number of users. It goes down significantly. So you will be able to address that and just to roll out it slowly and increase the number of users anytime, and price will go down. You can start your trial very easily. All that you have to do is just go to app.ppm.express, and you can sign up with your Office 365 account, and get started with our application. Thank you for your time. I hope that you like our application. Please give it a try, and we will be more than happy to do an individual demo of application for you and help you getting started with it. Thank you and have a great day.